killing the abyssal leeches for the large pouch made me realise that I haven't actually killed any tree spirits just yet, or some better axe upgrades. We're still rocking the iron axe, which at 36 wood cutting, it's not going to cut the mustard there really. 36, there we go. So we want to get some adamant rune, and I believe a mithril pickaxe is needed for our blessed axe for animal magnetism. So getting a few of those, very nice. And of course, we get a little bit of magic experience there, and some nature runes for our troubles here. 2+, you know, magic level, great. Great, we need a few more of those, you know, so that we can get past up to maybe our firebolt, so that we can cast that as we need to, with our ultimate goal being high level alchemy, of course. But as we're getting so many early game nats here, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I just started low alching some things for some free magic experience. I don't know if I'm huge on that idea just yet, you know, using the body runes for some of these low level, you know, weaken and other things. There might be the way to go forward for just now, but let's see if we get lucky with some of these tree spirit drops. And there we have our rune axe, an amazing drop there. As we can see, we've got quite lucky with some other drops here. Lots of snapdragons, a snapdragon seed, erits, some other lovely seeds. Very happy to see that. You know, we could kind of keep going for our adamant axe and I might stay here for a little bit longer, but otherwise that's not too bad and I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. And we'll just quickly check out our loot track on the side here as well. And as we can see, it took us 25 tree spirits to get there. We got 3 mithril axes during there and 154 nature runes, as we can see in our inventory there. Very, very nice. And there we have our adamant axe. So I think this is all wrapped up here. 25 kills for our last rune axe, 28 for the adamant axe. All up, a very nice and quick experience out here. It didn't take that long at all, honestly. So now we can head back, maybe repair our pouch and try a 3-pouch run of Guardians of the Rift. And here we have our Vrock Easy chest piece after completing all of the easy tasks of the Vrock area, which is lovely. Now for this antique lamp, we actually can't do herblore because it requires 30. In that case, we need to see if we can bank it, but a great deal there with the Vrock armor. We'll definitely wear this here when we go mining later on. It's an odd piece here without you know, upgrading it to the later stages here. I still love the hood that I got from the Halloween event. And next up, we need to look at upgrading our pickaxe here, as we are very, very close to 39, so therefore close to 41 as well. We want to get that upgraded pickaxe, and then I think we're pretty much settled, and Guardians of the Rift can just keep happening there as we feel necessary to do so. Well, we unfortunately missed it, but there is 40 crafting coming in, and there we have 41 crafting during our Guardians of the Rift game. And here we have 55 rune crafting poetically at the lore altar as well. In the very next game, there we have 42 mining. Another one missed, but there is 57 rune crafting with 24 elemental energy, 23 and 36 completed there. So 23 searches of the chest after 6 additional completions here. Not bad at all. And with another across the obelisk stream, we have a whole bunch more wood cutting done. We managed to get from 50 to 54 wood cutting, and of course we went for more oak planks, or more oak logs I should say, which brings us up to 3,800 oak logs, which of course we can turn in later on. We also had some additional clue scrolls. We already had the easy, we had the beginner. If we look up our nests here, I believe we managed to gather a whole another 5 more, plus a medium nest. So let's see what our seeds have in store for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a lovely magic seed for later and a U seed plus some more apple tree seeds. So again, some really nice early farming levels plus some great later ones too. What do we have for this clue scroll medium here? Green dragonhide chaps, that should be feasible, although we don't have the range level just yet. Ring of dueling is possible to be made, and a mithril medium helmet. You know what? I'm going to keep this one and maybe we look to get some range shortly. And there we have 59 rune crafting. 2 cosmic runes per rune essence, very, very nice, love it, and 43 rifts closed so far, so we're not too far away from our goal of 50 rifts closed, and we currently have 44 of our treasure rewards to open there. Now I do know it's probably not fully efficient to do it in this manner, primarily because we could of course get some pieces of the garment maybe potentially a little bit earlier if we weren't doing it this way, or we could maybe get our abyssal lantern, which I've heard can improve it. I actually have no idea what it does just yet, but we'll figure that out a bit later. But I like the suspense, I like to see, I like to go for all of them all in once, so we're going to see, we're going to do it that way, and feel free to give me grief in the comments, but I don't know, this is, you know, play RuneScape that you want to play it there, right? And here we have 60 rune crafting coming in. What a milestone, our highest, I was about to say tallest, our highest level by far second to agility, and then everything else is so far behind that. But we're also coming in very shortly with a crafting level, bringing us up to 42 and 100 and so experience. And less than a minute after our last clip, there is 42 crafting fish bowls. Okay, something else for our molten glass to be used for, when we eventually get some, of course. And here we have 44 mining coming in again. I don't really know if mining makes any difference to the number of shards that we get in this minigame, but nonetheless, it's still nice to be getting those total levels up to 675 total levels. We can see in the bottom there. Don't forget that 1000 total is when we're opening ourselves up to allowing ourselves to enter the group storage there, as some of our members there are a wee bit ahead of us, so we wanted to get that true Ironman experience early on, but that's still a good 325 total away. And any second now we will have the completion of our 50th game. There we go, 50 closes, 65 elemental, 65 catalytic. Absolutely amazing. Now what I did do beforehand was check to see how many completions were done in our first 30. So in our first 30 we had completed 73 chest openings there. So that means 73 of each of these points. In our next 20, we completed 65, so we can see that with our increased pouches, with our rune pickaxe, with our, oh my god, I was wearing my graceful top and not my other top, oh my god, okay, so the last 10 or so that I've done were without the rock top, but even so, between the two of them, we have been very, very lucky. Congrats to Talkchar for the Abyssal Needle, good on you there, mate. Oh, I can't believe that I wasn't wearing my rock top, I can't remember why I switched across there. I don't know. Anyway, regardless though, we're now at the stage where, as we talked about there, we've done 20 chest completions, 65 elemental energy, 65 catalytic. We're going to be opening up 65 chests, seeing what our rewards are. So why don't we dump what our current rewards are over here. We'll also see what we've got in our rune pile. So of course we did get our very early catalytic talisman, not really, that much to sing home about, but 197 abyssal pearls. I'm hoping that we can get to a stage where we can almost purchase something, and then I'll show you what we got beforehand. Let's quickly show what we've got on screen so far for our 73 Guardians of the Rift completions. Not too bad, not too bad. And now we'll just go and open the remaining 65 and see if we get lucky. I'll see you on the other side. What a way to start it off with the Abyssal Needle. Now that's not going to be useful for a very long time, but it's still great to get this early. And an Abyssal Red dye, another great piece as well, used to recolor our rune crafting outfit. I'm not too sure if you get much value out of redying it or whether it actually is just cosmetic. I'm not too sure. We'll look into that later on. And a second red dye from this. There we go. If we go for the full red outfit, I'd be very happy with that. I must say I'm very, very happy with the rewards that we found so far. Almost 1,000 lore runes from that, couple hundred nature and cosmic runes, 347 chaos. There you go, plentiful. Intricate pouch. Oh wow, hard clue scroll. Can we complete this? It's possible. BJR, I believe we should be able to move that step. We'll maybe try that a bit later on. We've got a few clues that we would like to progress, but why don't we quickly show on screen as well. From 65 to 73, of course we got our Abyssal Needle. We also picked up 2 Abyssal Red dyes. Of course we'll figure out how that works later on. 395 of these Abyssal Pearls so far, but if we check here, we are missing 10, and that is because we did purchase one of our talismans which were required for an earlier quest. I can't remember which one that was actually. Now what items do we have here? 400, 350, 350, 250. I wonder if I go for the cheaper boots or whether I go for a more expensive piece like the robe bottoms. And I do think that the hat is so expensive because it can be combined with talismans, but I think early on at this stage we can buy a piece. Why don't we go for the robe bottom of the eye? Let's pick that up. There we go, nice little collection log slot completed. We open up and wear our robe bottom of the eye. Again, I'm not too sure exactly what this does here, but maybe we look to use our Abyssal Die now, or maybe we do it a little bit later. Let's throw away our Graceful Legs for now, throw away our Clue Scroll, chuck all of that in. Let's go quickly view what all of these are in the bank, because I just quickly minimize that. So what are we looking in terms of our rune stack? Why don't we quickly just go like this, make it a little bit faster for ourselves. Both of those in there as well. Abyssal Needle, very much useful for later on. As soon as we hit 75, I believe we can make that. So rune stacks, 2,000 lore runes for an early stage Ironman with only 40 magic. It's going to be so useful to use that not only for training, but also of course for teleporting around. Now, also got quite a few body runes which we can use for some of those curses, confuses, what have you, for early experience as well. A whole bunch of death runes, honestly not as much as I expected there. Then again, the only death runes that we've had have been from rewards. We haven't been able to craft any ourselves so far. We recently hit the level to get multiple cosmic runes per essence there, so it's a very nice one, you know, nice stack there as well. We obviously out quite a bit for some early levels, so nature runes are nice to get those stockpiled up again. A whole bunch of mine runes which we might actually start splashing with, and the accommodating air runes as well to go with it. And then a decent number of chaos runes as well, which honestly, you know, we can use that to do some early level Slayer there possibly. We'll see how we go, but beyond that, I am very happy with what I've attained so far. Beautiful. Abyssal Needle, amazing. Abyssal Red Dye, great. And then of course, being able to pick up one of these early pieces, absolutely fantastic. Very happy. After completing a whole bunch of Guardians of the Rift, I wasn't really too sure what to do next, if I'm being honest. I was a little bit stuck. Couldn't really figure out what we should be working towards. You know, I don't want to be doing a whole bunch of that, nothing but Guardians of the Rift. I want to be changing it up every now and then, trying something new. So we're actually going to Arceus here now, Arceus, whatever you want to call it. And I've decided that we will go and complete some favor tasks here, so that we can go to the library. And we're actually going to do that so that we can get some magic levels, because we're only level 40 magic. And the reason for this is that we want to complete the Holy Grail quest. The Holy Grail quest is much easier if you do have Camelot Teleport. Camelot Teleport of course comes in at 45 and we are currently 40. So 5 levels, gain some levels here by picking up all the different manuscripts. We're also going to be low alching our blood runes, which do low alch for 160. It's not a whole bunch of money, they high alch for about 240. But honestly, just getting rid of them, getting some extra cash won't hurt. And we're so far, or so early into our run here, our Ironman, that the blood runes are not going to be that useful. And honestly, I know that we could put this experience into rune crafting there, but I think we're going to be doing lots and lots of Guardians of the Rift later on in the future as well, especially to finish off the rest of our pieces. And I think if we just chuck it into magic as well, we're going to get that 45 super quick. We might even go past that, but we'll see how we go. Now, the reason why we want to do Holy Grail, by the way, is because our Clue Scroll requires us to teleport to Fairy Code Ring BJR, which requires the Holy Grail quest so that we can actually access the Fisher Realm. So that's the current goal. Let's start off. And here we have 41 magic. Thankfully, the RuneLite plugin for this is making it so much easier. We can just run directly over to the different bookshelves that we need to pick up some dark manuscripts as well, and it makes it so much easier rather than having to find these and search each one individually there. Honestly, I don't know how I'd do it otherwise. And with our inventory space running low, it's now time to use the first of our books here. 806 experience away from 42 magic. Let's see what we end up with. There's 42 magic. And there's 43 magic. And a decent way to 44. Not too bad for our start off here, and we're up to 72.5% Arceus favor, up from 30% to start with, so this is going very quick. I didn't realize that Arceus or Arceus was as quick as this. And with that, we've handed in enough books there to reach 100% Arceus favor. Very happy to see that. We also have a whole bunch more books to hand in, which I think will get us to our 45 magic, which is our current goal. So let's see what we get with these here. There's 44 magic. And there is 45 magic, which now means that we can teleport to Camelot. A huge milestone, opens up a whole bunch more of the game for us as well. And I should also point out that we found the Transportation Incantations book, which allows us to use, if I show these ones back here, the level 69 teleport spell to Korean Castle teleport. So obviously not going to be that useful for quite some time, but still nice to have it unlocked. So let's go and complete some of those quests that we were looking to do, shall we? And there is the completion of Merlin's Crystal, Excalibur, and 6 quest points. Not much in the way of experience or gold, but the 6 quest points are very, very nice for a recipe for disaster later on down the track as well. Now on to the Holy Grail quest. So we have just picked up the Grail, the Holy Grail, nonetheless, for the Holy Grail quest. We're going to be heading back to King Arthur to drop that off, but before that, the whole reason why we did this clue scroll right here, talk to King Percival, who we've just freed from Goblin Village. Speak to this man right here. You know, he doesn't even thank us for freeing him, he just wants us to answer a clue scroll here first. With the lovely, oh god, okay, poison, thank you, good timing. Can we do the second step of this hard clue? It would be amazing if we get a hard clue done. Okay, Regal Pomp. Do we have that song already? Where even is the song area? In here. No, we do not. Well, let's see if we can unlock it, shall we? So as we can see down here, the track unlocks during a Kingdom Divided quest. Regal Pomp. I looked up Kingdom Divided. It requires 54 agility, you know, we've got that. 52 thieving, wouldn't be too hard of an achievement to get, level to get. 54 woodcutting, we needed 52. We need 50 herb lore, so that's not really one that we can grind out quickly, so I'm thinking that we might have to drop it just because of that one requirement. 42 mining we have, 38 crafting we have, 35 magic we have. So if not for that 50 herb lore requirement, I think we would be able to do it well enough. I think what we're going to have to do is probably drop it. I'm going to hold on to it just for now, because we're not going to be doing anything that gives us any hard clue scrolls. I'm going to look to see how many levels we can maybe attain from diaries, from quest rewards, from all of the above, and then see if it's worth keeping. If we're a few levels off, sure. If not, then we'll drop it, but we'll figure that out. And there we have the Holy Grail quest completed. 11,000 prayer, 15,300 defense, so we jump all the way up to 32 defense there, excuse me, and 30 prayer. So that gives us not too far from protection prayers, of course. 37 is the level required, 30 or 40, excuse me, for missiles, and 43 for melee. So we'll obviously want to be getting that as soon as possible, but things are looking alright. We'll hold this for a little bit longer and figure out what we're doing next. I've actually just started some motherlode mine there, just reaching 45 mining. Haven't quite had our first pay dirt come through, but the reason why I'm doing this is because we need some coal. Now, why do we need some coal? Because we want to make some steel bars with the iron that we've got in the bank. Remember that we saved up everything that we got until about 41 mining there. And we want those steel bars so that we can try mahogany homes. Now, I've actually never tried mahogany homes at all, as we actually can take our first set of pay dirt. But I think it's going to be, 6 gold nuggets, very lucky from 81 as well. That's a very nice first haul. What was I saying there? The reason why I want these steel bars is because the aim for now is to get some mahogany homes, maybe get some construction levels, maybe build some portals in our house. They're not too sure, but definitely want to be upgrading our house now that we've unlocked and have a whole bunch of teleport to house runes. It's going to be quite important there that we can use that house and make that house into a home. Now make sure that we get some good benefits out of teleporting to it as well. There may be some mounted glories eventually, you know, glories are a long way off, but even just some portals will be a great help. So that's on the cards for right now. Plus we get some extra mining levels. Plus we also get some extra, look, where am I looking at? Construction levels. I've heard that mahogany homes is very, very quick for the early levels. Now the only thing is that, of course, alongside the steel bars, which we only need a handful of to be fair for each inventory, but alongside that we also need a lot of planks. So the gold that also, excuse me, the GP that we have in the bank at the moment is going to be expended here quite soon on making some planks to get to level 10, or whenever we can use the oak planks, and then we will start using those and get a whole bunch more experience there. So the oak planks are going to be quite expensive to make. I think it's 250 per log that we have. So, you know, our cash stack of about 80k is going to dip quite far, but I really do want to see how far we can take it with our runecraft experience. It's very, very efficient per plank use, mahogany homes. Plus we've got lots of teleports. Let's see. Do our mining here first though. 46 mining coming in. And with the last log of the inventory, there we have 59 wood cutting. We did a fair bit of that there with another across the obelisk stream with some mates. So if we go and check the bank, we should again have a whole bunch more oak logs. Now I know there's probably more efficient places to harvest the oak logs. This one's quite good because I can zoom my camera out and do it all in one go. We're up to 6.2k oak logs. That's going to be a huge amount of construction experience there, especially if we do go for our mahogany homes, which I'm very keen to do. We're going to be starting that shortly. But yeah, we're still going to make our steel bars with these two, and then we can make some planks out of this. But we're going to drain our cash stack for the most part, and then see what construction level we can get. So let's make a start, shall we? And there we have the completion of the giant dwarf quest. Didn't take too long, access to Caldigrim as well, but more importantly, well, as we get a whole bunch of experience with the whole different levels, as we can see quite a few level ups coming from that too, but more importantly, access to the blast furnace, which is what we're going to do now to give our steel bars so that we can use it for mahogany homes. So let's go get started with that one there, shall we? Starting off at 37 smithing, let's see where we end up. There is 38 smithing. There we have 216 steel bars made and ready to be used in our mahogany homes. I only managed to get one smithing level, but very close to another one there. Maybe we'll get it later on, maybe some quest experience rewards later on will help, but tell you what we do need to go do now, which is make some planks. So we obviously could do our East Varrock bank running backwards and forwards, but I'm looking into the woodcutting guild and it looks like a potential viable option for us. So what we need there is 60 woodcutting, or boosting to 60. I might just boost to get into the woodcutting guild, and then from there we can run from the bank to the sawmill that is within, and that makes it a lot quicker for us. Now we also need 75% Hasidius favor, and here we start our Hasidius favor gaining journey, of course pushing the plows, breaking down every few seconds, but as we can see you might even get a crafting level. We're of course going to do this to 5%, after which we switch across into, if I can just quickly check, oh no we can't because we're currently in an animation here. I can quickly check, make fertilizer with compost and saltpeter. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Gives us a little bit of farming experience too, which is not immaterial given that we're such low farming level at the moment. But we need 75, whether we go all the way to 100% favor is yet to be seen, but we're just going to keep going here. As you can see, I collected a few too many saltpeters there. I was kind of just AFKing and didn't realize what number I was up to, but that's going to be enough for 100 favor. Let's make them together. We'll probably get a few farming levels along the way as we earn, I believe, 2 farming experience per. There we go, 2 farming experience. You know, when we're doing about 700 or so of them, we'll be gaining about 1400 experience. That might get us a few levels anyway, but let's see what we end up with. Trade it in. Now I have unfortunately seen that the woodcutting boosts are not that plentiful. With the exception of stew, there's really not much else that I can do except for maybe brew something mature ale. I'm not too sure. We're not going to worry about that though, because that's going to take a whole bunch of time to wait for. So I think what I'll instead do, as I just mucked that up actually, excuse me, I'm trying to do it so that I can do it all in one time. What I'll do is I'll just get the final level to enter the woodcutting guild, which is 60. So we'll do some AFK woodcutting later on, 25k from it, and then we will enter there and start making our planks in there. Now unfortunately we have to spend about 20k of our cash on compost. Again, maybe spent a little bit too much, but 85k towards oak planks, and then later on we might look to earn some extra cash there, maybe some agility pyramid, maybe some slayer, who knows, try and afford some more, but we'll see what this gets us to first. And with that we have 60 wood cutting coming in. We can now chop down new trees, but I believe it's also a requirement to enter the wood cutting guild. Also, we of course need to have 75% Hosidius favor, as we can see down here, access the Hosidius wood cutting guild. We attained that earlier on, so now we're at the stage where we can finally visit the woodcutting guild, make our oak logs into planks, at least as much as we can afford for right now, and see what construction level that nets us. Now before we can do that, I believe we have to use a few planks there, just of course make some chairs in our home that we can start doing oak logs as part of our, or excuse me, oak planks as part of our mahogany homes. That's it. And here's our first moment walking through the woodcutting guild after attaining the level required and everything else necessary to reach this area. It's nice to reach these milestones in RuneScape for the first time, for sure. I absolutely love it. New area, new trees, new things to do, new NPCs, new locations. Oh, it's so good, so good. With us looking to tackle construction, I thought it was well worth it completing Daddy's Home, a relatively recent kind of introduction to the construction skill, a quest of course. Let's complete this one here. And we get 1,000 gold, which is good. We get up to 9 construction. Now we can make a wooden ladder, which is very nice. Let's also open Marlowe's crate and see what we've got in store here. We've got 25 planks, a few more oak planks, a few bolts of cloth, and honestly, some teleport tabs, not too bad. Mithril nails is very odd, but all of this will help out a great deal. So we need to use up our planks. I think we can start using our oak planks at, I want to say, roughly 20 construction. I'm not too sure if it says on here. Regardless, we're going to do our mahogany homes now. Finally, I am also aware that we cannot teleport to Ardougne, and there are houses to be done in Ardougne, which is 51. So we're going to be looking to get our magic level up at some point. Maybe we just do some splashing. But for now, I'm going to leave the episode there. As always there, thank you all very much for watching. Greatly appreciate the support. You can show more support by actually dropping a like and a subscription on the video. It helps out a great deal. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.